Hello, Namibia. My name is Petrus Shifotoka. I'm the Manager of Operations at the Namibia Deposit Guarantee Authority, an institution that was created 5 years ago. So on the 11th of April 2025, we launched our fifth annual report. At the same time, we also celebrated the NDGA's fifth anniversary. So today I'm going to speak to you about the NDGA and everything you need to know about the deposit insurance scheme that has been put in place. So the NDGA was fully operationalized on the 1st of February 2020. So that's been 5 years now. And this has been a fulfilling journey for us. This milestone, this fifth anniversary milestone, is really a big step for Namibia because Namibia joined the rest of the world, a growing number of countries that have established these type of institutions. It's one of the interventions that we have put in our financial system to modernize the financial system and also to ensure consumer protection. So for us at the NDGA, it's been a great journey. It's been a fulfilling journey, and we have learned a lot while at the same time establishing this institution. Right. For those who may not know, be familiar with what the NDGA is really about, maybe let's start with the mandate of the institution, but also why it's important for us to have a deposit insurance scheme in place. So the mandate of the NDGA is really to manage the deposit guarantee scheme, and the scheme is there to ensure that in an event of a bank failure, depositors will have to be compensated of their funds in a speedy and transparent manner. We have seen banking institutions failing all over the world, not just here in developing economies, but also in advanced economies. So when that happens, we want to make sure that the depositors are compensated of their funds in a speedy and transparent manner. The Deposit Guarantee Scheme enhances financial stability through consumer protection. Now, consumer protection is a critical component of financial stability. When consumers are aware that their funds are protected and they're safe and secured, they have trust in the system and they can keep their funds in the system. And when consumers keep their funds in the system, that enhances financial stability because then it speaks to the capitalization of financial institutions, it speaks to the profitability of financial institutions. So we put an emphasis on really educating consumers to say that your funds are not secured, you don't have to keep your funds at home, keep them in a financial system, and that in the end enhances financial stability. As at 31st December 2024, the market value of the Namibia Deposit Guarantee Fund increased to 30.3 million Namibian dollars. Now, there's a number of factors that contributed to this. One of them being that we have put in place an investment policy that is forward-looking, that is pro-growth, that makes sure that we can aggressively and prudently grow this fund. So in the last 12 months, for the financial year that we're reviewing, 2024, we have received premiums from our member institutions to an amount of 5.4 million. And at the same time, when we invested these funds, we were able to earn interest amounting to 1.9 million Namibian dollars. So that really gave us the growth that we needed for the year. And that is why we're now sitting at about 30.3 million Namibian dollars at the 31st December 2024. Now, for us to ensure transparency and accountability, the governance that we put in place is very critical for that purpose. So what we have done over the last 5 years, since the beginning, we have put in place a board of directors that is competent and well diverse in terms of skill set that can ensure that there's proper oversight over the affairs of the institution and also reporting to the line ministry. In addition to that, we also put in place a management team that ensures that the day-to-day activities of the NDGs are well executed. And together, the board and management have really steered this institution well over the last 5 years and ensure that we remain committed to our values and vision, that we're able to execute our mandate. Now, the NDGA is part of the many interventions that we have done here in Namibia over the last couple of years to really reform our financial sector. Keep in mind that the NDGA was born out of the Namibia Financial Sector Strategy 2011 to 2021. In that strategy, as a country, we said, let's set up a safety net to protect depositors' funds. As part of the reforms that we wanted to undertake in the financial sector, these obviously include other reforms such as financial inclusion. It also includes reforms such as localization of the financial sector, skills development in the financial sector, and also enhancing access to finance. So having this safety net in place, I think it's just of the many milestones that we continue to achieve as a country in reforming our financial sector, because in the end, what we want is a financial sector that is responsive and contribute to economic growth and development. In 2023, the NDGA joined the International Association of Deposit Insurers, in short, EADI. Now, EADI is an international platform or network of deposit insurers from all over the world, from developing nations to advanced economies. What you find in the platform is that there's a lot of pure learning and capacity development and learning from each other as deposit insurers. So the NDGA is happy and glad to be part of this global network, because with that membership, we are now able to benchmark our processes and our systems and our operations with international best practices and align them and ensure that in our quest to execute our mandate, we do so in line with international best practices. Stakeholder engagement is critical for an effective deposit insurance scheme. One of the things that we have tried to do over the last 5 years is to make sure that we really are able to effectively engage our stakeholders, including the public, because the public has to know that there is a scheme in place and the benefit that they can derive from such a scheme. So what we've done over the last 5 years, number one is we are committed to go to all 14 regions of this country to educate the public and speak to them in their environment about the Namibia Deposit Guarantee Authority. We have already covered about 6 regions so far, and we still have a few more to cover for the remainder of 2025. Secondly, we are also engaging the public through our social media platforms. So we're constantly answering their queries and also attending to their questions that are cropping up on our social media platforms. The third things we have done is also we are engaging through our website. So on our website, the public will find a lot of information about the deposit insurance scheme, the coverage limit, and the member institutions, and how to claim whenever there is a compensation to be done in an event of a bank failure. So we're using all those platforms to try and reach out to as many stakeholders as possible and ensure that public awareness is enhanced, because that in itself enhances the confidence that the public need to have in the financial system. Thank you for joining me on the second episode of BONCast. I hope you've learned everything now about Namibia Deposit Guarantee Authority and the deposit guarantee scheme that has been put in place. Let's continue the conversation. Send us your questions and your queries through our social media platforms, through our website, and we'll gladly answer those. Remember, Namibia Guarantee Authority, you deposit, we guarantee.